comment,
and subscribe for more content.
Where's the notification bell?
It's to the right of you.
Oh.
What's up, guys? It's DK Wrestler here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Day 3 and 4 of Funko Fair 2022 reveals. But before that happens, make sure you press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, let's check it out. So like I said, in today's video, we are discussing about Day 3 and 4 of Funko Fair 2022 reveals. We couldn't do a separate video for Day 3 because yesterday's video would have been the release of our weekly podcast, which would have taken that Friday time slot. So we decided to add Day 3 and Day 4 together as one video. However, I did film a separate clip last night of me discussing about Day 3 reveals after they were finished. So let's go ahead and check out my thoughts of Day 3. Alright, so kicking off Day 3 reveals for Funko Fair 2022, we have ourselves Tokyo Ghoul Pops, which I'm not familiar with this anime, although I do think that the pops involved in this set are very detailed. I think a lot of the anime pops that Funko makes, whether it's with Tokyo Ghoul or My Hero Academia, Naruto, they're all really like detailed pops, so these are really cool looking. Even the exclusives, even though you have what looks to be one new character, at least that's what I think, and then you got the Sure Things Toys exclusive that's just a glow-in-the-dark version of one of the commons. I still think they are pretty detailed pops. Next up, we have ourselves the second of 7 pops involved in the Beyond Amazing Sinister 6 Pop Deluxe set, which is of course of Vulture, exclusive to Amazon. We did a video on this actually back in December when the Dr. Octopus one was announced and predicted what the other pops were going to be in this set, and one of them was Vulture, so it was cool to get a prediction right, and I feel like it was very predictable at the same time because who else is going to fill that mold when it came to the silhouette? I think this is cool in how it's on a flying stance because of course he's a vulture, he's flying, so it definitely makes sense that they did that with them, and I can't wait to see the other pops involved in this Beyond Amazing Sinister 6 set. Then we got ourselves the Something Wild Spider-Man game, which I actually do have the Toy Story Something Wild game, which I never cracked open, so I don't know how the game is played, but I mean, if you're a Spider-Man fan, I mean, it totally makes sense that you would want to get this for your Spider-Man collection, I guess. Next up, we have ourselves the glow-in-the-dark Loki with the Scepter, a part of Avengers, and it is exclusive to Entertainment Earth. I think my only gripe is, why did they make it glow in the dark? I mean, I get it because the one piece of the scepter glows in the dark, but that's literally what glows in the dark. It's just one little tiny circle that glows in the dark. Was there really even a point of making it glow in the dark? I mean, I would have been fine with just getting this pop possibly and it not be glow in the dark. Then we got ourselves the Walmart exclusive Marvel mugs, which we got ourselves of Iron Man, Hulk, Groot, and Rocket Raccoon. I think these mugs are pretty decent, especially if you're a fan of either one of these Marvel characters, but for me, I already have a couple of fancy mugs and I don't even use them at all as is, so I don't think I'm gonna plan on getting any of these, to be honest, but I think they are pretty decent. Then we got ourselves the Blacklight Marvel Pops, and I guess Blacklight Marvel Funko items overall that are going to be exclusive to Target. I think these Blacklight Marvel Pops are pretty decent, especially because they are kind of spread out as terms to the different MCU movies or TV shows. Like you got the Eric Killmonger, which is a part of What If, and then you got Falcon and Winter Soldier, WandaVision, Hawkeye, and Loki. You got the pin set and the Loungefly backpack, which I think is decent, especially having a Blacklight backpack. I think that's pretty cool if you ask me. And if you guys want the 4-inch version of that 10-inch Eric Killmonger Blacklight pop, then you can get the Pop and Tee bundle that is also going to be exclusive to Target, which I think the t-shirt looks cool. Obviously the pop is pretty decent. I'm just not a fan of how the boxes ended up becoming over the years, of how cool boxes we had originally for the Pop and Tee bundles. And then we got ourselves the chef's kiss of this entire day, in my opinion, the brand new wave of WWE Funko Pops, which these are fire. So I have a whole picture right there of all of the pictures that were posted because I can't talk about them one at a time. It's just going to be a lot of time taken, but overall I feel like with this new wave of WWE Pops, there is something for everyone. If you're a new fan, there's something for you. If you're a fan from like the Attitude Era, then obviously there are pops in here for you. And then there's even like pops like in between different eras, like you got some new generation with that new Razor Ramon, and then you got Ruthless Aggression with a pop we finally wanted for the WWE lineup, that being the Eddie Guerrero with the Low Rider Pop Rides. I think, and I feel like everyone can agree with me, this is easily the greatest wave of WWE Pops that Funko has made, and I don't think Funko is going to be able to, I guess, replicate how great this wave is in future waves to come. Then we got ourselves the Funko Gold figures, which, I mean, they're okay. They're not really too appealing to me, especially not because of the way that the figures look, but because of the Funko Gold figures for sports, per se, have only been NBA and NFL, and I don't watch either of those. And then they've done Funko Gold for musicians and artists, but at the same time, I feel that they haven't done a musician or artist yet for me to actually purchase a Funko Gold of. Then we got ourselves the brand new NBA Slam magazine cover Pops, which these are actually pretty decent. I mean, it's a new way to make a different cover that isn't, you know, your albums, deluxe albums, video game covers. We had the movie posters we discussed about on the day 2 video. So I think this is pretty decent, especially because you can create new poses with sports Pops, unlike the poses they keep reusing for a lot of the different sports Pops. And you can do this for different magazines, not just for sports, but like for music or anything else that gets made into a magazine per se. And then we got another new wave of, I guess, covers you can call it, and that's called Pop Trading Cards, which all of these, of course, are of NBA players yet again. I like the whole concept idea because, once again, like the Slam magazine covers, it creates new poses for sports figures, especially if they end up doing Pop Trading Cards for NHL. We can finally get new poses with NHL players where they're actually doing, let's say, a slap shot pose, because I don't think a slap shot pose has ever been done for an NHL player yet for Funko Pop form. However, I felt like they could have done better with this. What I think would have been better with the trading card Pops is actually using it for pocket Pops, and the way that they could do this is essentially, let's say, a template right here of the something wild card game that we discussed about earlier, and that basically you do them in an actual trading card size where you have the Pop in there and it's the size of a pocket Pop, but yet you have a little casing that is like the trading card Pops that we have here, except in a much smaller size and more accurate size to the trading cards. And then the last set of Pops announced for day 3 of Funko Fair 2022 reveals is a new set of MLB Pops, which MLB I don't watch at all, so I don't really know any of these players. Actually, the only way I know some of these players is because they've already made Pops before, and so I kind of remember them. But it does look like they did a new pose for the baseball lineup, because I don't remember them doing the pose that the player that is on the middle bottom row there has done before. I don't think they've done a pose like that for any of the MLB Pops, so I guess that's an up for that. But the rest of the poses I remember them already making for the MLB Pops. So now I'm going to mention my favorite and least favorite reveals from day 3, which my least favorite, I'm going to have to say the Something Wild card game, because I don't see myself getting that at all, even though it's Spider-Man and Spider-Man's cool. And then I know my favorite's going to have to be involving the WWE set, but it's a matter of which Pop am I going to choose. I'm probably going to have to choose Dude Love, because of the fact that I've always wanted a Dude Love Pop. Dude Love is my favorite face of Foley out of the 3, especially because there are 3 singular ones in this new wave. So I can't wait to get this Dude Love Pop, because I'm 100% getting this for my collection. So now we're going to discuss about day 4 reveals for Funko Fair 2022, kicking off with Black Clover. I've never seen Black Clover, but I know a lot of people in the Funko community really wanted Pops for Black Clover. Like I mentioned about, I'm pretty sure the Tokyo Ghoul Pops during day 3 reveals, is that anime Pops are really detailed overall, and once again, this is no exception. These are really detailed Pops, and it makes me want to go and watch the anime, having not seen it before. Then we got ourselves a new set of Mech Strike Pops, but these are called Mech Strike Monster Hunter. I think these ones are really detailed compared to the other ones, which were already detailed as it is, especially with the first page with a couple of exclusives and a couple of commons. You got the second page, which is totally full of commons and pocket Pops, and then the third page we have, which has a lot of exclusives, including a sweet looking glow in the dark, what looks to be Green Goblin Mech Strike Pop, and even that Venom, that's a 10-inch Pop, looks crazy in detail. Next up, we have the first ever announcement for the Pop VHS covers. I'm pretty sure it's called, yes, Pop VHS covers, and it's Simba on Pride Rock, which will be a part of the Lion King, and it will be an Amazon exclusive. This is actually a pretty unique idea. At first, when I looked at this, I thought, why are they calling it Pop VHS covers, considering, I mean, this is a movie and it could have went to the movie posters, which is already an existing lineup. Maybe VHS covers are going to go to Disney, because Especially as a 90s kid, I remember getting VHS tapes mainly of Disney movies. Especially if that theory is right that VHS covers are mainly going to be for Disney, I will basically go bankrupt if they make any or maybe all 4 covers of the Toy Story movies. Then we got ourselves Cheshire Cat standing on head from Alice in Wonderland, which this is pretty cool, especially when you have a what looks to be flocked version going to pop in a box, but the chase of that is flocked and glow in the dark, which is pretty insane because I don't think we've ever had a pop that essentially had 2 specifications at once, especially flocked and glow in the dark. We might have seen metallic and glow in the dark, but I know for sure I don't think up until this point we've ever seen flocked and glow in the dark at the same time. Next up, we have ourselves a pop game covers of the very first Crash Bandicoot game, which I popped huge for this. Crash Bandicoot being one of my favorite licensors to collect pops for, and especially now we have a pop game covers. The fact that they made the pop Crash Bandicoot with Aku Aku on his face definitely makes sense, and obviously because I'm trying to collect all of the Crash Bandicoot pops, I'm going to have to pre-order this at my local GameStop ASAP. Next up, we have ourselves a brand new set of Pokemon Pops, which I'm only going to show one photo because obviously the other photo is a 10-inch variant of one of these 3 Pokemon Pops. We got Piplup, Leafeon, and Lapras. I actually like this set of Pokemon Pops better than the ones that were announced earlier in the month with Lucario, Sylveon, and Alakazam. And I think it's very funny that when we did that video earlier in the month about that wave of Pokemon Pops, that I did predict hopefully that we would get a Evolution Pop for essentially the rest of the lineups going to 2022, and it seems like that theory is going right as we have Leafeon, another evolution. Next up, we have ourselves some Star Wars reveals with Artist Series Darth Vader Pops, and if I can be completely honest, I actually don't think these are bad. These are not in the realm of that Artist Series Two-Face we talked about during Day 1 reveals, which if you guys haven't seen the Day 1 reveals video, you guys definitely should check that out. Same with Day 2 from a few days ago, but I think this is the closest we might have ever gotten for Artist Series Pops that essentially scream out art. And I guess I'll mention about the Something Wild Boba Fett cards, which I think these are okay. Speaking of Star Wars, we have the second of 3 pieces involved in the Duel of Fates Amazon exclusive Pop Deluxe set. And we have Obi-Wan Kenobi, which this was the one I was most excited about because up until this point, we had never had a prequel Obi-Wan Kenobi with the short hair and kind of that dangling piece of hair coming down the side there. And now we do with this. Obviously, we know the last one is going to be Qui-Gon Jinn, but I think a lot of people were really hoping to see Obi-Wan Kenobi next, and I think Funko Fair was a good time to reveal this. Then we got ourselves the Jimi Hendrix Funko Gold figures. We got the 5-inch figure that's wearing the white, and then you got the 12-inch figure that's wearing like the orange. These are actually pretty decent, and these are kind of up my realm of essentially artists that I actually like and could possibly buy a Funko Gold figure of. However, I just still don't see myself because I don't think it's enough for me to actually buy this gold figure. And the last reveal for Funko Fair 2022 overall is with the anime of Fairy Tail, which these are some pretty decent pops. I love the detail involving the head sculpts and kind of the like scarrings and what looks to be like face tattoos with the one character, and then you even got the exclusive character which kind of has a little bit of a base there and once again kind of a scarring with his face. And then I kind of like the hair going on where you kind of have it slicked back and then you have the one piece of hair kind of just like going across the face there. I think that's pretty cool in detail. And now, like all the other days, I'm going to be mentioning my favorite and least favorite reveal from the very final day of Funko Fair 2022 reveals. Picking a least favorite is actually be very difficult because I wasn't really mad at any of these reveals today, but if I were to pick a least favorite, it probably would have to be the Jimi Hendrix Funko Gold figures. And then my favorite definitely has to be the Crash Bandicoot Pop game covers because I am a huge fan of Crash Bandicoot. I'm trying to get the full set, so obviously this is a for sure need in my collection. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed today's video about day 3 and 4 reveals for Funko Fair 2022, make sure you smash that like button. Comment in the comments section below and let me know your favorite and least favorite reveals from both day 3 and day 4. And like I said earlier, press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching today's video and hope to see you guys next time. 1, 2, 2, 3, I'm out of here. Follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at A Funko Popcast. If you want to check out some of our other content that's featured on our channel, you can click either the playlist that's on your screen right now featuring previous episodes of our weekly podcast, A Funko Popcast, or we have suggested a video for you guys in relation to today's video.